Welcome everybody to another Inferno Squadron YouTube video. Today you'll be joining me, Redwing, Legolas, and Winter for our amazing Inferno Squadron Core 4 event. I hope you'll sit back, relax, and enjoy as you learn a little bit about the history and founding of the Inferno Squadron.
The Inferno Squadron kind of started, somebody needs to help me, I literally don't remember when it was. It was 2019.
It was sometime
believe.
before 2021.
That is correct.
Yeah, it was about July 2020. That's kind of what I have it with because, yeah. So, Leader 1, I just kind of went through our hangout chat and just kind of found the first reference to the Inferno Squadron, and then I just kind of went from there. That was around July 2020.
Okay, so that was when
that's
first...
just kind of, yeah, because we started playing StarBlast in around December of 2019.
Okay.
But we didn't found the clan until, 2020.
Okay, that
July
makes sense.
of 2020, so...
Alright. But yeah, so that...
We
played it for a little bit, it was like every weekend or so, every couple weekends we would play. In the later days, at first, kind of like you said, we really never played. But then, one night I was just sitting around, and I thought, I came up with the idea, you know, hey, we play StarBlast a bit, why don't we create this really cool, like, clan thing for our friends, like, where we have, like, ranking systems, you know? Like...
Well, we didn't call it a clan at first, though.
No, yeah, what did we call it?
I'm not sure, but I mean, I remember I came up with the term clan.
Sure.
Although I was really reluctant to use it because, like, I felt that it would be like a copy of, like, the game Clash of Clans, although I didn't realize that, like, a whole plethora of other games, like, uses the term clan just for a group of players that plays together, so, yeah, I like it now, just back then I was kind of hesitant to use it. Yeah, I'm glad we stuck with it.
Did you guys come up with the idea for our group for the clan before you even knew that people did other StarBlast clans? Or...
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think we knew that other StarBlast clans existed, like, because we saw their tags in-game.
Yeah.
Just, like, didn't really, just didn't really understand the whole Discord thing. We're perfectly content with Google Hangouts for talking to each other.
But yeah, so our clan started with just me and Redwing. I came up with the idea of the Inferno Squadron, and I thought, let's have a ranking system. That was really the basis. We get our friends together, we have this cool ranking system, we play like every Saturday or something, you know? And... I'm like, yeah, that'll be cool, right? And so all of our friends would come, and so the first person I invited was Legolas. I was like, hey, you know, we got this really cool thing going on, you want to come join us, right? Like this game every Saturday, and so I thought that would be like a really fun thing to do. And then a little bit later I invited Winter. And then after I invited Winter, like, both me and Redwing started like going out to our friends, you know, right? Redwing, we like different friends we had other places, started inviting them. I know Redwing invited like a good amount of friends, but the thing was, none of them ever really cared. Like, they never really stuck with us very long. They'd play maybe a game or two with us, but then they just leave. So the only 4 people we had really playing the game was me, Redwing, ICECUBE, and Legolas. Those are the only 4 we had. But yeah, so the Inferno Squadron really only stuck with you 3, and like we tried with other people, and they came for a little bit, but nothing worked out. And so that we kept this going for a couple of months. We started developing it a lot more, and I think right after this video is done, I'm going to publish with the video our Google sites that we had to kind of show what we used to be. Because that was really fun.
That'll be fun.
We put a lot of work into that, honestly. You'll see some of our old screenshots. We fought as Inferno Leader 1 and Inferno Leader 2 in ranking systems. So, kind of on the topic of ranking systems, what our idea was that there was the more you won a game, like the more games you won, the higher ranks you would get. So like winning a game was like 50, yeah, it was like 50 points or something for winning a game.
Yeah, but that was kind of a bad way to rank, to be honest.
It was indeed.
Because like all you had to do to get a high rank is just like play a bunch of games, and you don't even have to know what you're doing. Like our only requirement for getting some points was to win.
Yeah, that's
and
exactly
like even
right.
if you just sat AFK for the entire game, and then you let other good players win the game for you, you'd still get the points, and you just have to do that over and over and over again.
Right.
Although unfortunately the core 4 and their friends are all pretty honest.
Yeah.
No one exploited that. But if we tried that on Discord, people would definitely exploit it. I mean, most of our Discord members are honest people too. It's just like not outside the realm of possibility that someone would try to exploit it.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, so our ranking system kind of started out as like Inferno Recruits or something, and so our name sort of went. We would have Inferno, we had our rank, which we had like maybe 10 different ranks, and then we had a number to designate who we were specifically. So it was like Inferno Recruit 1, Inferno Recruit 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So we continued just going. Yeah, we went up the ladder. It was like Inferno Recruit, Cadet, and so the more games you won, the higher ranks you could get. And I think Winter, you got up to like Wingmate or something maybe, and Legolas was Inferno Expert.
Yeah, Expert.
Yeah.
It was kind of a misnomer, but hey, I took it.
So we had a lot of fun, and that's where the numbers came from. So obviously I'm known as Inferno Leader 1, and Red Wings was known as Inferno Leader 2. A lot of people were like, hey, Inferno Leader, why do you look at the number? You just kind of remove that, or make a new name or whatever. I like it because that's kind of, first of all, that's what the past was. But also it's just, this is kind of my name now. It's just got the 1 in there, so that's what.
Well, I mean, technically, all this time I still was Leader 2. I mean, I held the same position and rank and all that as you.
Yeah.
I just changed my name to make it more Discord appropriate. Although technically, I was still Leader 2.
We were trying to get friends involved because we had like 4 clan members really. We were getting friends in into our little sites, but nobody was really ever doing anything. And so that's where Red Wing finally decided. He got into Discord, right? And he's like, hey, wow, there's this huge StarBlast community with like 15,000 members, right? Like
it's about 20,000 now, but yeah, it was about 15,000 back then.
It was a ton of members. He's like, wow, there's so many people. I'm gonna, because if nobody's joining our clan, like our friend group, I'm gonna create like our clan on Discord.
So, flash forward about 14 years, and I am in a hotel room with my brothers and my mom on this fun trip with our grandma, and I was talking to Leader 1 over probably Google Hangouts or something, when I was a weird kid and I used Google Hangouts. But we were just talking, and he was like, hey, yeah, you want to play this new game called StarBlast? And I'm like, oh, I've never heard of that before. That looks pretty cool. So we played some rounds, and it was really fun. And so we played that all throughout the week that I was at that hotel. And then a little later, he comes to me with this idea for the Inferno Squadron, and I'm like, of course, I'd love to be a member of the Inferno Squadron. That sounds awesome. And so I became a member of the Inferno Squadron, and I feel like I'm rambling. Is this going on for too long?
Nope, it's fine.
Oh no, that's fine. That's the whole point.
Okay. Phew. And yeah, we talked a little bit about how we did things in the early days with rankings and the website, and I will say I really did like the names we had at the beginning, Inferno Pilot or Inferno Expert or whatever it was, because I'm just the kind of guy who likes official titles. Well, yeah, so I And you know, I was gonna say, as I was saying that, I remembered the what were they called? The big like giant events that they had
AOWs?
every like month. Yeah, I remember doing those, and we would like plan for those and schedule those, and those were fun. I don't know if I ever was able to stay for a whole month because they lasted so long, but those were fun.
The invasion thing?
Like, did they, well, because did they do different, like, modes with that, didn't they? Although, I do remember now, because I was talking about the big, like, public events that they had, but I do remember now the invasion that we would do. To finish my story, so I joined the Inferno Squadron, and, it was awesome, and, you know, super fun. Eridani, and Leader 1, and we're doing all the stuff with Discord, you know, and making it public, and doing tons of hard work with that, and I tried to get a few of my friends to get interested in the Inferno Squadron and maybe start playing StarBlast. Sadly, it didn't work out too well, but yeah, we tried to play most every weekend, and we would do big events, and it was really fun. I had to step away from the squadron about last spring of 2021. A big reason being it took I was kind of swamped with school. Had I told you that?
I think so.
Like Leader 1, Eridani, when I was talking with you about that. Swamped with school, and just some other stuff with that, and so I stepped away from the Inferno Squadron. But I'm still, I mean, here to do things like this, to cheer the Inferno Squadron on from the sidelines as they purge the universe by fire.
There we go.
So, I am Legolas, and this is my story.
We're supposed to cooperate with each other and not try to outdo each other. That's why we don't discriminate against skill level. We let anyone join. Although we'd prefer to have a few like super good players, which we don't really have. But
unfortunately,
hopefully we'll get a couple of those in the future, and then our clan will be super overpowered because we're like one of the biggest clans at the moment, at about 70 members strong.
Yeah.
Really, we're not really we're kind of probably the least powerful, the most powerful though. We're not weak, but we're not like too strong either.
Sure.
We're decent.
Winter, tell us your story with the Inferno Squadron, kind of how you remember it.
Yeah, man, it's been so long. We've done this for a while. I'm gonna have to remember here, but yeah, I remember just started with, you know, Leader 1 and Leader 2, you know, asking me to play the game. I remember, I think it was like, what, last summer?
Yeah.
I was like, I went over to Leader 2's house and we played together. I remember like hanging out and doing that.
Sure.
But yeah, the ranking system, I totally forgot about that until you guys were talking about that. That was fun, you know, taking screenshots whenever we won a game, you know.
Although, in game, ICECUBE, you actually didn't use a rank in your name. You had a title. You were our official medic.
Oh yeah?
Right,
Yeah, you were our healer.
Yeah, I was that for a while, wasn't I?
You were.
So you were Inferno Medic 1.
Yeah, I was kind of
Although you did have a rank, you just didn't use it in name because of your, in game because of your title,
Yeah.
Yeah, when I
which
was
took
playing-
precedence.
I definitely took this summer off with StarBlast.
Yeah.
I was gone all summer.
I like the topic that you brought up, Legolas, too, about the AOWs. That was one of our biggest events. That was really, as like sort of new StarBlast players, that was our dream to be a coordinated little squad of 4 in an AOW and just like go around and kill people. Of course, we never really got around to killing people, but we sort of just stuck with the mining part. But yeah, we love to participate. We participated in like 2 or 3 of those as a team, I think. What was everybody's favorite part of the Inferno Squadron when they were small?
Well, probably, like, really no drama. 'Cause we've had, like, on Discord, we've had people really not like us. But, I mean, that's basically on now, like,
Yeah. We've had a lot
I
of
mean,
haters.
generally most people are okay with us,
Yeah.
like, now, but
I'm trying to think, what are some questions I can ask you and Eridani, Leader 1? About the leadership of the squadron.
How does it feel to be boss?
Yeah, I mean, you could say boss, but it's honestly a really bad word because both me and Red Wing put a ton of time into this squadron and just, especially during kind of our dark ages, when everybody was really being really mean to us. It was really hard. It was really hard for us. Being leader, we were blamed for everything, of course, and we didn't have no reliable teammates. It was...
Yeah, well, you guys deserve it.
Yeah, well,
Definitely out of the 4 of us.
we were the ones that started the squadron, though.
built.
So.
Yep, it's true.
well, I mean, basically the clan was so small, and it was like we had really like no allies and no reputation. So like when we were attacked, like it was just basically me that was like taking all the blows. Because yeah, I was online more.
Yeah, he was online more than me.
Basically everyone associated in the Inferno Squadron with me. So when they targeted the clan, they were targeting me, and I was the one who was taking all the blows, and yeah,
that would not be fun.
And we had nobody, like you said, no allies or no real good players in our clan to back us up that much. Yeah, our early clan, it's kind of cool because our clan motto, as you may or may not know, is by fire purged. And it was, I made that motto like the literal first day that I thought of the clan. So that's been our motto the whole entire time. We've never changed it. We've never given a thought about changing it. It's just been our motto. And what's so cool about it is, it's, even though I didn't know it like when I made it, it's become so true just because of, it was meant to be more on enemies. We kind of deal out fire to enemies to purge them, right? It's that, but it's also turned into like, we've been really purged by fire. Like, a lot of our enemies have really, in our early years, attacked us a lot. Given a lot of hard time, a lot of stress, just been very, very toxic. And it's really been purging us to kind of the squadron we've become. It's made us a far stronger, far more loyal squadron than we ever could really imagine.
But speaking of the motto and coming up with it really early on, I was going to ask Leader 1, did you have any particular inspiration or reason for coming up with the Inferno Squadron name, or was it kind of just like a cool name you came up with?
It kind of was just a cool name I came up with. I always knew Inferno obviously meant fire, and I really... Sorry, I'm fighting as well at this moment, so...
No problem.
Yeah, so Inferno was just, obviously, my mind meant fire, and kind of went with the theme of by fire be purged. There wasn't any specific reason, I don't recall. I just thought, I was just kind of going through names, cool sounding names, and Inferno was like, yeah, fire? Like, sure. I mean, that sounds really cool. So I just chose that name from day one.
So as the game does wind up,
Oh, that was sad.
we have the real question in front of us. Most important thing that we may talk about this whole call. Would you ever consider making Inferno Squadron merch?
I would 100% consider it. So I've actually looked into it before. I would, first of all, I like myself, I would 100% wear it because it'd be amazing. I would wear it everywhere. The problem is, it's expensive, and I would need like commitments, like serious commitments of like, yeah, I'll buy it. I'll even like pay the money beforehand so I can help buy it, because shirts like off the internet, if you just buy them, it's like $25 a piece. The more you buy, the less money it becomes. So I need to probably buy like 15 at least.
Okay.
So that if I got like 5 or so people to like say, yeah, sure, I'll buy it and I'll pay money down right now, then I would definitely think about it.
Well, sign me up.
Alright, there's one plus me, so that's 2.
Sign me up too.
That's 3.
I'll definitely do it.
That's 4, so we only need a couple more people if you're really interested in comment or whatever. Send me a DM on Discord.
I mean, we have 70 members. I'm sure there'll be at least one person who's interested.
Yeah, and I'll look up the prices too, because if we can get enough people, then it'll just become even more cheaper for everybody else.
GG's.
GG's everybody, that was a fun game. It was unfair for the beginning, so I get that.
GG's.
I actually
That
got
was
to
awesome,
10,000.
dudes.
Nice. Hey, thank you both,
Had
Winter.
14 deaths.
Yeah, high 5. Thank you, Winter, Legolas, and Redwing for coming on, having this Core 4 event. This is gonna be a really fun YouTube video for me to edit. So.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you
you're
guys. It was a pleasure.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm glad that you were able to come, and let's just keep purging fire and fighting more battles in the future. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds amazing. Long live the Inferno Squadron.
Alright,
By fire be purged.
see everybody on the other side.